Okay, our next speaker is Raymond Dick Byrnes, retired ironworker and construction manager. Dick began his 50-year construction career as a Local 6 ironworker and ended it with 16 years as a project manager for LP Simonelli. He worked on historic properties including Frank Lloyd Wright's Darwin D. Martin House, the Roycroft Campus, Niagara Falls State Park Observation Tower, which was awarded the Build America Award, Buffalo City Schools, Canalside, and more. Please help me welcome Dick.
This is the first building that I had an opportunity to go to as I worked my first year in the light iron fab shop. That used to be the General Donovan State Office Building, built in 1962. I also started night school. Okay, we'll skip that one. Erie County Public Library, downtown branch. I fabricated stainless steel rosettes that held up the precast marble ceiling over Ellicott Street. At the time I was getting ready to marry my high school sweetheart and raise 3 children. And I guess we'll go to the next one. The slide shows where an 8-story building used to be. I went to deliver, met up with some of my iron workers, and they talked me into going to the 8th floor. I walked the steel. First time I'd ever been that far up and walked steel. I was hooked. The next one is M&T Bank. I did some work with the fancy stainless steel railings that are outside, and if you ever have an opportunity to look at it, they're 50 years old and they're the same as they were when we put them in. I had the opportunity to walk the whole building and have the opportunity of free reign. The construction superintendent babysat me or took care of me and taught me a lot. He was also on this building right here, which is the M&T Bank. I was first time I was an iron worker, and I had, that's out of sequence. Anyhow, 40 stories. One of the things I learned was your pay stops when you leave the iron. This one is the Adams Mark. We did the pre-engineered building. I'm sorry for that one. The structural steel and also the geodetic main entrance. You're right, Mike. This is Bank of America. I was general foreman iron worker. There was some issues there where you had to deal with the tolerances of precast metal panels and the window wall. And architects, if you hear me, please help. Okay, I went across the street, did the curved wall and all of the skylight, the window wall. The curved wall, we didn't have any reference points to build it. I built it by eye, and the superintendent came up and started chewing me out about it, and he got some iron worker. Following that, I became the general superintendent for a local erector, Haney Erectors. It was Haney Erection Services. It was named at a bar, obviously, and we did, yes, we did that. Now we're at, man, this is tough. We're at the Atrium Building at the Hyatt. We did that one, 2 floors there, and then the 11th floor. The owner was reading a book on how to build a hotel and was a terror. Key Bank, this was built by a Canadian company with Canadian zoning codes and also Canadian inspection. That was quite a lesson. They were way ahead of us. That was amazing. There's another story about the roof I'll have to tell you later at the side. Now, baseball stadium, we did the roof and the scoreboard. And when we finished the scoreboard was the date of the grand opening, and I had to catch a flight to Atlanta. I caught the plane and flew over the grand opening. It was really cool. At HSBC Atrium, we had to design a cart or a means of erecting the barrel vault. They weren't going to let us have a crane there because of cost. So we designed a cart that went across it. It had multi-levels on it and a Buffalo General Hospital. Wow. We did the panels, the blue panels, and the window wall, all while the construction was ongoing. We had to make the panels off-site and set them off of a cart, so we were trying to get bigger pieces up at a time. My favorite one. Here at Roswell Park, we did both sides of Carlton. We did the bridge, had the trusses made off-site and shipped to site and erected almost from the truck. The project manager wanted to get the haul permits, and I didn't have them because I didn't get them. Mary, that one speaks for itself. I was assigned as a project manager for LP Simonelli to finish the visitor center and also phase 5A of the Martin House, and what an honor to work in a building like that. Speaking of honors, we did the tower. We stripped it right down naked. All we had was the structure, and we rebuilt it all in the middle of winter. So we built a 200-foot tall scaffold tower, shrink wrapped it, and we were able to avoid the mists. We got it done on time. This is my current home. It's a block away from the house. Turns out my great-grandparents, my grandparents, my great-grandmother, and whatever, worked at the Roycroft. I really feel like I belong there. I'm just doing it as a consultant, and I'm done. Thank you.